what's your favorite Duran Duran album?
I mean,
Yeah.
it changes and I go through phases, but I mean, I think you always come back to Rio.
Mm.
For the new stuff, definitely All You Need Is Now. I am not a huge fan of Paper Gods, which is over my shoulder there, but you can change. Red Carpet Massacre didn't blow me away at first, and now it's definitely become one of my top albums. I think the
And those
production.
are the ones that you have there.
Yep.
I would think that those are your favorite, the ones
No,
you have
Paper
in
God's
there in
definitely not my
display.
favorite. That's one I'm still grappling with. I think the production on it's just a little lacking. But one I think doesn't get enough attention, and one I consider one of my top three is
To
Notorious.
listen to rediscovering, music from the 80s. What about music, more modern music? There's something that you enjoy listening?
Definitely. My favorite albums this year, the new one out of Manchester is a band called Ist Ist. They're very much in the Joy Division meets The Cure type of sound, a lot more dark than Duran Duran. Every once in a while, a pop album will catch my ear. This year, it's been Dua Lipa. I think her new album is absolutely fantastic.
I
But
have heard about that. I heard about she going like a little bit, you know, vintage, like 80s, 70s
yeah,
style. Like I haven't listened to her, so I don't know. But
there's
that's
definitely an
pretty good.
80s there's definitely an 80s vibe to her, but there's tons of new bands out there that I adore. Very, these days, especially with all going on in the world, if a band has a political stance I like, I definitely gravitate towards that. So
Mm.
bands like Idols out of England as well as Savages, they're a little more heavy than Duran Duran would be, but as we get older, our tastes change, and there's definitely different worlds of music I like to be in. I listen to a lot of alternative country as well, and even some mainstream country. I really adore what Casey Musgraves has been doing the last couple of albums. So it's fun to go back and listen to the 80s, but it's also important to keep challenging yourself to discover new music. So
Mm.
I'm kind of balanced, I say, on a daily basis. I'm about half new music, half older music. And I think that's good because you don't want to get too static and give up listening to
What
new
are
stuff.
your expectations for the new album? Like,
Well,
how do you think it's gonna be?
I think it'll be more of a return to form. I think what happens with them is they go in these up down cycles where, lately they get on a major label, like they did with Red Carpet Massacre, and there's a huge marketing push behind it. But I don't think the best decisions are made. I think Red Carpet Massacre suffered because Justin
Mm.
Timberlake was involved, so I think the
Mm.
label felt obligated to make Falling Down a single. I think Falling Down was the wrong single. It didn't reflect the rest of the album at all. And then they kind of got that didn't do great. So then they had to kind of come back strong, and they did with All You Need Is Now, which I think is right up there with Rio.
Yeah.
But then they got a little too confident, and then Paper Gods happens, and they bring in too many different people. They're back on a major label with Warner Brothers, and I think it ended up a bit of a mess. So I think now we're going to be back to the cool cycle where, I know Moroder's been involved, Graham Coxon
Mm.
from Blur's been involved on guitar, which is super exciting for me. I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is going to be a big album. I think this is going to be one that it might be their last album, but I think it's going to be one of the more solid ones. I could be proven wrong, but I've just seen this cycle and being a fan of them for many years. I feel like this is going to be one where they come back all guns firing and it's going to turn out really well. I hope.
I like. Yeah, I hope that it's gonna be great, but I hope it's not the last album. Like, I mean, no, they need to keep going. I hope it's not the last album. Really, I mean, just became a fan, so I just it came over already.
I would definitely say
So
see as many shows as you can on the next tour because you never know how much longer it's going to be.
yeah, I had only been to one, so
Yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed. They come to Florida and um, let's see them again.
Oh yeah. I
Anyway, so I think I don't have any more questions, but really, I want to thank you for taking your time to talk to me a
absolutely.
little bit. Okay. Well, thank you, Jason, and well, have a nice day.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, yeah. Take care.